maybe the Republicans affecting our AV here. Let's start with how different things are. I mean, let's remember how different things were last year. We weren't able to have a state fair, and we didn't have vaccines, and we didn't have treatments, and we didn't have the brave men and women of the National Guard who went out and helped to vaccinate nearly 1 million people across the state of Illinois. So things are very different, there's no doubt, this year than last year. I'm also very proud that what is traditionally sometimes called Democrats' Day, on the occasion that there have been Republican governors, is Governor's Day tomorrow, because we have a Democratic governor, and we all believe as Democrats in the common set of values that I think we've shared for as long as I can remember, which is we fight for working families across the state of Illinois, for lifting up people who need help, and making sure that we're delivering for people all across our state, whether it's Chicago, the suburbs, the suburban counties, or central Illinois and southern Illinois. So I'm very proud of the fact that we're all going to be together talking about all of those things. As you know, because of the changes that have come, the Delta variant causing so many challenges for indoor gatherings, the IDCCA had been having an indoor gathering. I announced that I wouldn't be able to attend, or decided for myself that I wouldn't attend, and because I was concerned about the indoor gathering. I made other plans, and I'm going to be having those plans. Unfortunately, won't be able to attend the morning event, but everybody will be at our Governor's Day event. We'll be celebrating all the Democrats who are running for re-election and those who are running as candidates in 2022, and all the great work that we've gotten done over the last 2.5 years in state government. It's not currently my intention to get involved in a Democratic primary for Secretary of State. Well, virtually every lawsuit that's been filed by people who don't want you to be masked when it's unsafe to not be masked, or people who are opposed to vaccines, they've failed in their lawsuits. I expect that those lawsuits will fail once again. Well, it's very important that we have a requirement for kids going to school to wear masks right now, because, as you know, children under 12 don't have vaccines available to them, and the Delta variant, I think we all have seen now, is affecting children to a much greater degree than the original Alpha variant of this virus. So I'm very concerned about the safety of our children, and also the people who work in our schools, the teachers, the paraprofessionals, the superintendents, the parents who pick up and drop off their kids, the grandparents. So I think it's just the safest thing to do. People should go out and get vaccinated if they haven't been vaccinated, but those who are unable to, we ought to make sure that everybody in their environment is wearing a mask. When will we be able to take masks off indoors? You've seen that this virus has a certain cycle to it. We haven't been able to predict the cycle very well, but you can watch the numbers and you can see what direction it's going. And we've obviously been able to take our masks off in more environments as the virus has been less virulent. And when it gets more virulent, we're going to ask people to wear masks. And until we get everybody vaccinated, frankly, we're going to be going through these cycles unless this pandemic ends on its own, which I don't think the doctors are saying on its own it will end. It's why we have vaccinations. I think everybody here has been vaccinated for something or another, whether it's measles, mumps, rubella, or something else. I think it's a reasonable thing to suggest that we should all go get vaccinated so we can be safe in each other's presence. I hope not. That's not something I have in mind, and I've been very careful. I want to make sure that We're keeping people safe, especially our kids as they come back to school. We've worked very hard to make sure our seniors are significantly vaccinated. We have upwards almost 90% of seniors across the state of Illinois are vaccinated, and those who are most vulnerable. And we have actually a pretty good vaccination rate overall compared to most other states and the best in the Midwest. So again, we want to continue to move in that direction, be one of the best states in the country, and I'm very proud of the way that most people have reacted and worked together in their communities to encourage each other to do the right thing. Well, I couldn't agree more with Senator Duckworth, making sure that we get our Americans out of Afghanistan safely, and then those who worked with our American troops. And frankly, if there's an opportunity and there are refugees that come to the United States as a result of our ability to get them out, I hope that Illinois will be one place that we'll be able to welcome them to. My own family were refugees to the United States and to the state of Illinois. Were welcomed here, and so I'm somebody who believes especially that those who are working with our military, that are working on behalf of the United States, who happen to be from another country and need to find refuge somewhere, will come here to Illinois. Again, not something that's on the table right now. We're very hopeful that people will continue the upward trend of vaccinations. I don't know if many of you have noticed, but that there has been an upward trend of vaccinations in Illinois over the last several weeks. We're very happy about that. I hope that continues. And again, we're working very hard to get to herd immunity for our state. It may take some time to get there, but I'm hopeful that people are getting educated and that education is leading them to go to their doctor and get vaccinated, or to a CVS, a Walgreens, their local pharmacy. It's really quite widely available and is the healthiest, best thing you can do to keep yourself and your family safe. I'm concerned about that. I mean, healthcare environments, particularly, people are walking in vulnerable. They start out, if you walk in as a potential patient of a healthcare facility, you are already a little bit vulnerable for some reason. And so I'm hopeful that more and more healthcare workers will get vaccinated. And as you know, for workers who work with the state of Illinois, for the state of Illinois, in our veterans' homes, for those who are in 24/7 facilities, the developmentally disabled, et cetera, that the staff will be required as of October 4th to be vaccinated, because I think that's the right thing to do to keep them safe. Again, that's not something that we've put on the table, but I understand that it's happened in other states, and I certainly think that people who are going to healthcare facilities should know that the people that are treating them are, safe, have been vaccinated, and will keep them safe from COVID. I hope that they'll change their minds before school starts, but in the meantime, if they don't, I think they know what the consequences are. Some schools have already suffered those consequences. Look, we're trying to keep our kids safe. Can we all just agree that that's an extraordinarily important thing for us to do? And as we start school, and we're looking at other states that have already started school, kids are getting sick. In fact, there have been outbreaks where they've had to close the school a week or two after they've opened it. Why don't we say here in Illinois, we're going to keep our kids safe. We're just going to ask people to wear masks. We're going to make sure that they're safe in our schools, and we'll watch the direction of the variant and hope that it heads in a direction that's good for all of us, and that there is an authorized vaccine for kids who are under 12, which will help us cover more than 1 million people in the state of Illinois. As soon as they're available, we're going to make sure that we have them, and that whether it's the National Guard or your physician or CVS or Walgreens, we're going to make sure that you have it available to you in your community. Thank you.